Hey Aries, how are you doing today? How are things going? We are just going to cleanse these cards here. I'm going to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, even if that includes this entire message. Let's go ahead and cleanse the deck here. Always want to also connect to those who are for our highest and best, and so we connect with your spirit guides who are for your highest and best, and my spirit guides who are guiding me and giving me the message for you today. All right, we're going to do past, present, future, and the good stuff. But let's dive in, okay? Past. There we go. Present. Oh. Future. And good things to come. Okay. In the past, so Seven of Swords can be... I interpret Seven of Swords as carrying a heavy load. It can also be interpreted as being strategic from somebody I just listened to. But I think that this, in the past, is about carrying a heavy load. And because we also have the Ten of Wands here, and Ten of Wands is about carrying your harvest home. But this is reversed, which means to me, whatever you were dealing with was really heavy. And while you wanted to make your way, make your goal, like there was something that was stuck there. Okay? So Seven of Swords, carrying too much. Taking a load that was too much for you to carry. Ten of Wands reverse kind of confirms that. Like it's bringing a harvest home, but like you feel stuck. Like you're doing too much, you're overwhelmed, you're overcommitting to things. And then we have Nine of Pentacles. So this is like the harvest that you want to bring home. But it's also to encourage you that even though you were in a place where you felt overwhelmed, that doesn't mean that you still weren't moving in the right direction and still weren't planting seeds for your future and for your highest and best. Because even when we're in a hard situation, it doesn't mean that good things aren't happening in the background, right? Multiple things can be happening at once, right? Simultaneously. And so that's what I see for your past. You were just overwhelmed and taking on too much. Overcommitting maybe. Just something was heavy. But you were still working on yourself and still moving in the right direction and planting seeds for your own personal life growth, which is awesome. And then we see in the present, it's good. It's you have Two of Cups. Two of Cups is feeling balanced. So whatever this was, it looks like you've come back into balance. And instead of maybe being overcommitted, you have taken care of yourself and put yourself first, which is necessary always. Because we have to fill our own cup, right, in order to have enough to give to other people. And so if we're dry, we can't give to other people. And so this is all about self-love and making sure that you're remembering to fill your own cup and to not carry more than you can take. Because when we do that, we exhaust ourselves. Look how exhausted this guy is. In this deck, this guy looks overwhelmed and exhausted. We also have a couple sevens here. So we also have Seven of Wands reversed. So Seven of Wands to me is your boundaries, keeping your boundaries, making sure that you are, see how the swan is protected. She's protected from the snake because she has created a barrier between her and that which could harm her. And so this to me kind of resonates with all this, right? Learning boundaries, continuing to learn boundaries. Continuing to learn to make time for yourself because it's important, and understanding the importance of that. And sometimes, you know, like, let's say you have kids, you have animals, you have other commitments. Sometimes it's hard to make time for ourselves. Sometimes we're just overcommitted, you know? And that doesn't have to be a permanent thing, right? In this particular time in your life, looks like you were overcommitted. You were still, though, working toward your soul's purpose and still planting for your own harvest, which is great, like your soul's growth. Like, you're still growing in the midst of this, all right? Bottom line. You're still growing, you're still moving forward spiritually, even though you felt very burdened. And currently, still the boundaries to me are permeable. So yes, you're learning to fill your cup in this time, and you have capacity to do that. But still being able or having time to be able to say no to things, so that you can really make sure that you're protected and have what you need emotionally, physically, with your passions, with your projects, with things that you want to work on. I think that is the lesson here, because we also have Steward of Wands, which wands are all about our passions, our dreams, like what sparks joy in us, what sparks fire, what makes us excited, right? Like, what do we want to work on? What do we want to do? You know, it's different for everybody because everybody's unique. Everybody has something unique to offer this world. And this is like a new beginning for you. You're stepping into a new beginning. You're following a passion or some kind of desire or some kind of thought that like you've been wanting to do, and you're just like, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to fill my cup. I'm going to go do things that bring me joy, that help me feel grounded. And then we have in the future, Five of Swords reversed, which fives are all about, well, you have two fives here, okay? You have two fives and a two. Twos are all about balance to me. And then fives are cards of contraction. So, we can't grow without having to overcome obstacles, right? And having to think and be strategic about how to solve problems, right? And so Five of Pentacles is a healing card to me, and Five of Swords is conflict. But they're reversed, which means to me, in the future, because you're filling your own cup and learning to be balanced, and learning to follow your passions, your desires, when we come into conflict and we're balanced and we're following like our soul's purpose, like what we want to do, when conflict comes our way, it's much easier, I think, it's much easier to deal with it. Because we know who we are, we're full, we're not empty, we're not in survival mode because we have a lack. We're full, our cup is full, you know, we have our boundaries, you know, and following our soul's desire, like what we want to do, what we think is right, the direction we want to go. And so when this stuff comes up, it's like, okay, that's hard. But I know how to deal with this in a healthy way because I've been working on myself. And so I've learned how to keep my cool. I've learned how to not respond. I've learned how to walk away. I've learned that when pain comes, I know how to deal with it in a healthy way and not lash out on other people. Like, there's a lot that I've learned because I've gone through a lot, right? Like, swords, like, pierced, right? Like, you've gone through a lot, you've carried a lot, you've learned a lot, you've taken that wisdom and you're applying it to this future conflict. And it's not going to be big or anything, but when this does come, like, don't let it get you off balance. Swans, again, are about our soul's passions and desires, like where we want to go in life, what we want to do, our dreams. And so twos are always like brand new beginnings. Like you see in the Smith-Waite deck. me see if I can grab it here. You see somebody standing, looking over, there we go, looking out over there, over like a building, right? And they're looking out onto a train, and they have the world in their hands. Because the world is their oyster, right? They're about to start a new beginning, a new adventure. Kind of like the Fool, but with the Fool, like, this is a more mature, like, leveled up adventure. Because the Fool, this is the Fool's journey, right? The Fool's journey, the Fool, we are the Fool. It's, the Fool's journey in tarot is all about us growing and how we, when conflicts arise and when hardships arise, how we deal with that in a way where we grow and expand instead of shrink into fear and like harbor anger and resentment. So that is the tarot journey. The soul's journey is all about growth and how we deal with that growth in the things that we come across in our everyday life. And so this is starting a new journey. And so to me, with this, my interpretation here, when this comes your way, like, there's still a new beginning there. It might feel like, for a moment, like, okay, maybe this isn't possible, because this might feel like it's going to block it, whatever the situation is, but this is a reminder that it is still possible. Like, this is you doubting this moving forward into where you want to go, in the direction you want to go. And so when this arises, Spirit's saying, like, be prepared, like, be prepared to deal with it in a way where you're still expanding and growing. But also, like, don't think that you can't follow that direction that you already decided upon, because you can. And then we have the good stuff. So good stuff to come. All right. So in the good stuff, we have the King of Cups, which is a mastery. We also have the Queen of Cups. We have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. And this is reversed. The Queen was reversed. But this is mastery cards. This is an encouragement to you that you are leveling up. You have more to learn because of this new journey that you're on. Now you're like, I don't know who plays video games, probably not a lot of people, but I play video games, and it's like leveling up, like getting stronger, but there's still more levels to go, right? And so this is a good card. It's just showing you that, like, you have more to learn, but you have learned how to, again, this is confirmation of this, how to deal with situations that are hard in a healthy manner. The King is all about control. Having composure, control. Queens are intuitive to me. They're always intuitive, going inward, checking in with Spirit, very connected to Spirit, very connected to intuition. King's wisdom to me, it's outward. They're ready. They're ready to move forward. They're ready to deal with whatever comes their way in a manner of leadership, within leadership. Like, somebody who is a true leader isn't explosive. That's not a true leader. They're not demanding. They're not commanding. They're not like, do this or else. No, they're like, they're compassionate. They're firm, but they're compassionate. They're gracious. They show grace in it. They have wisdom. Like, people want to follow them. They want to be around them. You know, like, they just have a personality that people want to be around. And so I just see you reaching that. Like, you're just composed. Like, all right. Like, I was worried for a second. I couldn't continue. Because, you know, little situation here. But now I know I can. And this is Spirit telling you, like, You got this. Like, you're good. You're good. Don't let these fives get in the way of your growth. Like, you're okay. You're okay. Hang in there. You're fine. And when this arises too, so I see, so 9 of Swords is a really hard situation. And 9 of Swords is one of the hardest cards in the deck. If you hear the banging, it's my cat banging on the door. So, pardon that. But it's like sleepless nights and just feeling like you're empty and your thoughts are just running wild. But it's in the good stuff. And it's in the good stuff because to me it means when you've had these times of like just pain and you can't sleep and all you can think about is this situation or PTSD or whatever, you've mastered that. Like, you've mastered that. So be proud of yourself for this. Like, you have full control. Full control. So the good stuff is when you have encountered, the Spirit's just reminding me, when you have had these nights of sleeplessness and your thoughts are running wild because you're ruminating over a situation you just went through. Like, you've come really far. This is in the good stuff because, like, you're not there anymore. You're not there anymore. Like, you've overcome this. You've moved beyond this. You've healed. You've grown. You're on a new path and a new journey, following your passions, learning how to fill your cup and make sure that your cup is filled full so that you can pour out onto other people. And so that you have enough capacity for others. And you're learning boundaries, healthy boundaries. And so it's in the good stuff because you need to know, like, you have mastery over this now. Like, you are a different person. You are not the person you used to be. You're not who you used to be 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, even last year. Like, you've grown a lot. And Spirit wants you to know that you've grown a lot. And now you're in the mastery class. Now you've leveled up. So congrats on that. But it looks really good. It looks like you're doing your work and you are investing in yourself and you are wanting to grow as a person. And that's so beautiful. That is so beautiful, Aries. So you take what resonates, leave what doesn't, even if that's this entire message. And I'll see you next week. Bye.